Hey, what's up guys? Today is Sunday and we're gonna watch South Park. Just kidding. We're doing the Q&A today. First off, I want to tell you guys, sorry I haven't been posting as much as I was. Just a lot of stuff coming up lately. I'm actually working on a trainer with Chris Gethin. It's gonna be a free online trainer that I think I want to title Look Strong, Be Strong. And I think that's going to be the emphasis on it. It's going to be more of a beginner, intermediate program. It's not going to be suitable for the more advanced lifters that need more frequency, but it is going to be still high volume and also involve a lot of isolation and other work that I do myself. So just an update. We videoed that, some video on Friday. Throughout the week I was just working kind of on the intros and the writing portion of it, so I've been pretty busy just trying to put that together. And it's going to be for you guys, so I hope you guys look forward to that. If there's anything you really want to see done or like questions answered that really pertain to training, let me know in the questions or the comments below. It'd be good feedback that way as I'm continuing to do this video for that. We can continue to bring up those topics and really hit on some good points that you guys might have for the trainer. All your comments about having to fast forward, man, it's not very nice. Today's video is going to be fairly short, I think. Still got a lot of stuff to catch up on. I really want to try to get more videos out for you guys on training. It just has not worked out for me this last week. I also want to get a video out on like maybe things to work on for your first meet. I'm actually going to be traveling up on the 12th and 13th of this coming month to a local meet to help one of my clients out, since it's close, and I think that might be a good time to shoot it on. I mean, just little things that I think about during the meet that you guys can really focus in on. So I might try to do it there if I don't do it beforehand, but anyways, that would be good. Other than that, I don't think too much has been going on other than work and online training stuff, so, and my training. I swear there's something else I want to say, but I don't remember. But yeah, a few videos I know I want to work on for you guys, and I'm going to do my best. But let's go ahead and hop into this week's questions. There was some good ones. I didn't see a whole lot of like feedback as far as what you guys wanted to hear answered. I don't see a good response to too many questions. One or two upvotes here, one or two there. So it's hard to choose. So really, for you guys, if you want something to be answered by me, really make sure you either ask it, upvote it. I'm sure if it's a good question that other people want to hear answered, they'll upvote it too. But really, try to look through those and try to point out the ones that you want me to answer. It makes my week easier, makes maybe the videos more interesting for you guys. So that would be my recommendation. Alright, so let's hop into it. TRL Limitless asks, were you always strong before you started lifting, and what advice would you give someone to gain as much mass as quickly as possible? Well, first off, I was strong, but I wasn't out of the ordinary like you might consider me to be now. When I first maxed, I was right there alongside most of the other athletes throughout the school. Like 8th grade when I maxed, I was right there on par with everyone in the class. Wasn't an outlier by any means, but right there. And then I just put in work. Obviously I think my genetics have given me the ability to work as hard as I do and make as much progress as I do. So I think there's a little bit of that, but it's just the mentality of hard work, dedication, consistency, and that's it. Like, I've been so consistent throughout my whole lifting career that it's hard for me to really say this is what really helps. You know, I've just been consistent and worked hard. And if you do the same, like, you might not get the same results, but you'll get some damn good ones. So that would be my recommendation to anyone. As far as gaining mass as quickly as possible, well, you gotta eat a lot of food. You gotta eat good food, protein, and you gotta be in a calorie surplus. So as much as you eat might reflect on as much as you gain. But when you're in that caloric surplus, you're gonna be putting on fat regardless, and then you gotta be lifting correctly. The best way to lift for good lean gains, I would say, would be high rep stuff, hypertrophy, sets of 12 to 15. Really pushing yourself. That's going to help you build good muscle. But I've also, guys that do sets of 2 to 3 that are super high weight, they make some pretty good gains on weight as well. But I feel like the better lean gains would be in the higher rep range. So it's really dependent on what you want. If you're just looking to put on weight, just lift heavy, low reps, low sets, eat a lot. You'll put on weight, no problem. That's not something I would recommend to anyone, though. That's not my mentality. That's not what I've ever wanted. But if that's what you want, go for it. Evan, I'll just say Evan D. I can't pronounce your last name. Who are your inspirations, idols, people you look up to in your life? And I've been asked that a few times, and it's really hard for me to answer because there's a few. It really just depends what you're asking me about, but I guess all in all, when I really started my lifting career and really started putting in the work, it was primarily because I'd say I looked up to my brother at that time the most. He was a really good athlete, a really good football player, and he spent a lot of time in the gym, and he was just like, he'd come home, the difference was night and day throughout I was still in middle school, but he was in high school, just come home like yoked, and I was just like, holy crap, dude. And I looked up to that. Like, he worked hard and started on the football team. Like, that's something I always wanted. I didn't always start playing football. I was always second or third string for a lot of my years, and then put in the work in the gym and came back out and started, and good to go. Like, you put in the work, things will go your way. That's one thing I believe in for sure. Other idols just kind of throughout my life, of course my father. Like, he always worked hard. He provided for us, and I'd say he's a good father. Always been there when you need him, so that's good. As far as any other idols, meh. Like, idols I have today, like, recently just meeting and talking to, like, Mark Bell's a super cool dude, works hard, provides for the sport he loves, and really just tries to help people, and I have a lot of respect for that. Working with Chris, he's, this is a whole, like, these are different ranges. You can look up to all kinds of people, so hopefully you guys understand that. There's not just one person you can look up to. Chris Gethin, just working with him, like, he's intense. He's always, like, put in work, working hard, just always on top of his game. It's like, damn, like, when I go to work and I'm trying to do shit, like, if I could be that focused, that's what I'd really want to be. Just focused, always working, just hustling, I guess, would be a good word for it. And that's really it. Just family, and then recent people I've met. My Uncle Jay, he was a big idol for me when I was younger too. He owned a gym. Super strong dude, big dude. Like, looked up to him a lot for lifting purposes. So, yeah, just a few people in my life, really. No one in particular. Tyler Yeager, I think I've answered one of your questions before. Name looks familiar. Deadlifting once a week versus twice a week. Well, it depends on your level. I wouldn't say you need to deadlift more than 3 times a week, but 2 times a week's optimal. 1 time a week may not be enough. If you're beginning, 1 time a week probably will be enough, just to start building that foundation. What are you doing?
I took the tree down.
She took the tree down, now she's dancing for you.
I'm a present.
Oh. We're watching South Park. Just kidding. That was just my intro. So, once a week is good for beginners because you don't need much frequency and much volume to build right at the start. Like 1 time a week's enough, then you rest, you recover, you go at it again, right? As you start to progress, at that time you're probably going to need to start adding some frequency or some volume just to make more gains. And that's where I've been at. However, you also will find that upper end of limit. So it depends on your overall program. Like I squat once, I front squat once, deadlift twice, and then I'm doing accessories. So my program right now is all I'm doing something every day with legs, and I'm pretty much doing full body workouts every day. So twice a week on deadlifts is plenty. If I did any more, my program just would be messed up. I wouldn't be able to get the same work on other lifts. So it's about maintaining a balance, and it's also about finding where you can progress. So like if I only had 1 day of deadlifts a week, it wouldn't be enough. I would need to accessorize or do something to help me progress, right? So twice a week I think would be optimal for any intermediate or advanced lifter depending on their program. 1 time a week would be good for beginners. But you will need to start to add volume and frequency as you progress. Ryan McCaffrey, he says, where do you keep pressure on your foot during squats, heels outside, or the foot, midfoot, etc.? Honestly, I keep all my weight on my heels and the outside of my foot because so my feet are about, let's just pretend these are my feet. Shoulder width apart or so, maybe a little wider. I plant them, point my toes out a little bit, and all the weight should be on your heels. And when you press, you're pushing your knees out, right? Trying to keep those knees from caving in. So the weight should be dispersed on your heels and kind of outside. You're kind of push yourself apart, I guess. That's where the weight is on my foot. If you're curious, it shouldn't be on the front of your foot, otherwise you're gonna fall forward. If it's on the inside of your foot, your knees are probably caving in, something's probably wrong. So heels and the outside of your foot would probably be the most optimal setting for you to feel that weight on. I guess that's how you word it. I don't have a clue. Ben Wagoner, sorry. How would you address a lagging lift? Squat in my case. How would you adjust your program to bring it up? It goes back to how's your program laid out? Is there enough frequency? Is there enough volume? Are you doing anything to accessorize with that lift, i.e. front squats in the case it's your squat? So you need to break down your program for one. Probably need to break down your form and technique too. And then really just figure out what you need to add in. Like on my Saturdays recently, I've been doing 72 working reps. I don't know if it's helping, but it's killing me. It's a totally different change. Not that you need to do that, but normally I do about 40. If you're not doing at least 40 working reps, you might not be getting enough work in. If you're not doing anything to accessorize this lift, you're probably not getting enough work in. So that's why I do front squats and squats. So squats are Saturday, front squats are Tuesday. Gives me a little bit of time to recover and then hit it again. So I'd say look at your program, look at the volume you're doing, things like that. There's probably a lot of little variations you can make to really improve your lift, and that's what you got to do. So that's all the questions I got for you guys. Hopefully it was some good ones. I feel like it was. This week, goal is to do a little better on making you guys some videos. Even though I'm going to be shooting for this trainer I'm making. So I don't know how well it's going to work out. I'm not going to make any promises, but I'm going to do my best. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost up to 18,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Thank you guys. Keep sharing the content. I don't even know, I couldn't ask for a better crowd. It seems like you guys help a lot each other just on the comments, which is super cool because I'm not as active as I should be, as you probably know. So anyways, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.